Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 8 minutes past 10 on Sunday night. Back with a few for tomorrow, and listening, you might make sense of something I might suggest for an anti-post bet for Cheltenham. I won't be posting it up. If you want to listen in and make sense of it and do what you want yourself, you can. I was up between Athlone and Ballinasloe today. There was a 21st on, a nephew and godchild. So that's my fifth godchild has reached the age of use and reason, as they say. You always have to, for the 18th and the 21st, you have to dig a little bit deeper into the foca, into the pocket with the god kids. So I travelled in such a way that I could be independent and come home when I wanted, because when the family gets together, it can be a late one. So no drink the weekend at all. So Christmas coming up, I'll have to make a go, maybe a couple during the week and maybe at the weekend again. We had three going today. Royal Cave, actually. The two in the hurls races were rode the opposite to what I would have thought. I thought Royal Cave would be out sort of in front, and it was steadied and it drifted out in price all day. Handbrake was put on in a different way. I was probably afraid there was a couple of gambles. Billy Lee Swagger was the one I sort of avoided because I wasn't thinking that it mightn't be suitable to step up and trip until I'd see it being done. And it didn't sort of look that way to me. There was a good bit of money for it. A couple of bus horses won today. Grandad's Cottage, we won on that. But I thought, I knew it was soft ground. I thought it needed 3 miles. But Stamina did come into play today at 2.5. And what was the other one? There was a gamble on Verdant Place. Handbrake was off today, money for it and obliged. We've won that a couple of times before. We had Douglas DC. I thought that would be held up, coming with a late run. What did it do? Went up at the pace. That wasn't suitable. It died a death. And we had a nice winner that drifted in price, Bally Camus. Sam Twist and Davis. Sammy Twist, good for us again. I was thinking during the day it drifted out. I was saying I picked the wrong one, and I was close yesterday evening to Tanganyika, and then when all the money came for it, went off odds on, I think, went out in front. But I wasn't worried when it went off. I was saying, like Charlie Deitch, I was saying normally he doesn't go off like that. Second run back after a layoff, like take your time. But I was delighted he went off in front because I knew each day and we'd outstayed them. And the bus was parked after the last fence, and any encouragement he needed, he duly got. So we got home, grand SP of 6-1. So even though 2 lost, we finished ahead anyway. If you're winning a few pound, you're not losing a few pound. On to tomorrow. Porrick Shearton is going to Plumpton. He was looking for help. I went through all the races. I was looking for sort of a couple of steady sort of each way, and I couldn't get anything. I came down on 2. One is a second favourite, one is a favourite. So maybe you could do a double. The very first race, 12:40. This is a nice little novice's hurl. The favourite is Andashan, 4-year-old. No, he's second favourite, isn't he? He is. Favourite is Epic West. Or the flip-flop now. But if we look, Chris Gordon, who does well at the track, has won 3 out of the last 4. Highway 102, Annual Invictus and Goodwin. And he has Epic West. Andashan has gone favourite. If you look at this lad, he won a bumper first time out in Kempton, and then in a better class bumper behind Regent's Stroll. A Regent's Stroll was bought for Big Dash. Although 650,000 or something. He was off second favourite in this. Andashan was 17-2.
Who's picking up, don't mind if I do, has not left the inside, is another one who is beginning to stay on, ridden to try and close his Gwenny May Gem. They're racing now on down the home straight, and they've got just over 3 furlongs to go. Big Ginge with the big white blaze is towards the near side, but now being tackled by Green Splendour, who is still right there. Crest of Fortune is also in the firing line. Over on the far side, Regent Stroll is being driven. So too is Andashan. Just in behind them is Dance and Glance, together with Authentic Legacy. Lagatha is next towards the inside, don't mind if I do. From a long way back, Gwenny May Star is trying to pick up. The others look out of it now as they race down towards the final furlong. On the near side, Green Splendour. On the far side, Regent Stroll. Regent Stroll has now taken the lead to Crest of Fortune, who's now trying to take second. With him is Green Splendour, but out in front is Regent Stroll with another 75 yards to go, and it is Regent Stroll who wins. It's going to be tight for second. Don't mind if I do, may have just got up to take second place. Involved in the photo was Green Splendour, and over on the far side the rallying Andashan.
He got up for third. If it was farther, I think Epic West, he's a decent horse for. I think he needs further. He won a pint to pint when he was at Donegal and Coeco, or he beat Coeco, but he went out in front that day. He outstayed them and he galloped home by 7. But to give the £7 to a horse that ran well in a bumper there, or in that sales bumper, that one for Paul Nichols won first time out, and then upped in class. 'Twas 5th of 5. So I was thinking with Gordon winning 3 of the last 4, good bumper for him, that he might be the one tomorrow. And the Sammy Twist, I was looking to see what he was riding tomorrow, and he's riding one with course winning for him. It's a 6-4 favourite. So maybe if any someone will say, look at shorties, but I was looking for something bigger, but I couldn't get anything. And I Shut That Door has won at the track with Brendan Powell, and Sammy Twist is a fair replacement. And when he won in he only went up £3. I thought he won snug enough this day. And horses that run well in Plumpton once will run well in Plumpton again. So hopefully this is the case tomorrow.
Struggling at the rear with
That's them
design
out
floor.
in front.
It's between the 5 of them. They've only got one more fence left to take. They won't be taking the second last. I Shut That Door from Calcas. The Only Way is Wessex is moving up menacingly on the outside in the green. And then on the inside, Clondall Robin. One last glance, a little bit tap for toe at this stage. They're moving down towards the final fence. I Shut That Door has been in good rhythm throughout here, and leads narrowly from The Only Way is Wessex. And now one last glance with one last thrust on the outside over the final fence. He got in tight there, one last glance. And now The Only Way is Wessex serves it up here to I Shut That Door, and I Shut That Door closes the door on The Only Way is Wessex.
Back over through. He ran well enough then next time out in Wincanton. He was beaten by a horse. It was 8-1, wasn't he? 28-1. He ran second since. That was it. It was decent enough for him. He had improved. He's given him a good bit of weight. There's a race in Southwell tomorrow. It's the nicest race of the day. It's a Class 3. The rest of them are all 5 and 6 handicaps. I given a chance to Bad. Stepping up in trip to 2-4. They just mightn't be going as fast for him. He's only a 5-year-old. It was a horse that came from France and was fancied first time out and went off for the Boodles. Draw 5-1 second favourite to sort of a talking horse at the time before he ran. Ran well enough then in races here behind Hansard and behind Titan Discovery. First time out over fences in Ascot. Draw 5-4 favourite. He jumped well enough and he got sort of outstayed by Baloo. And the last day then he didn't jump near as well, but he was a bit more cumbersome or a bit more deliberate. But he jumped these fences. He was good enough first time out.
Fences to go.
Greyhound.
Beige colours of Baloo. The green jacket of Bad, who's beginning to close. Baloo asked a little bit more in front, but Bad is alongside now as they come down to the second last. Big leap from Bad. Took it up to Baloo in second. What a path, and Sambareve together third and fourth. Final fence coming up. Bad in front. But Baloo in the beige is fighting back at him now. They fly over the final fence. They touch down together. Green jacket of Bad. The beige colours of Baloo. Nothing between them. Baloo is getting back on top as they race towards the line. And Baloo is with the winner.
Lost nothing in defeat there. Only anyone that had backed him. He came out then in same track, but a horse of Venetia's, a rare edition. That's rated 137. He just didn't jump as well. He got in close. He wasn't as courageous as wasn't as bold.
Grey horse is Bad between those two with a bit of a chance, and then comes Risk in the ground. They come towards the second last. And Rare Edition over just in front. Buxy des Eperet trying to put in a challenge again nearest to us. Bad is a length and a half behind in third place. Final fence coming up. Buxy des Eperet with the red cap on the near side of Rare Edition, who landed in front there by a length as they now run up towards the line. And Buxy des Eperet.
He lost momentum at each of those two fences. He needs to get back to the way he went first. Change the track to Southwell, tomato, and an extra couple of furlongs. Mightn't be clipping it as fast. Give him a shot tomorrow. No Risk to Flow as the favourite. Would have a chance, but he's a 9-year-old, but not that I'm ageist. Last seen behind Load of Sud. I think he needs further. Like if you look at the race back here where he was behind Rose of Arcadia and up, they were over 3 mile. So hopefully Bad might have enough toe. On to Naas. This is a stab in the dark tomorrow. It's a handicap chase. There's 90 clear. They're paying 5 places. 14-1 shot is Mahlers Cove for Jimmy Mangan. It's a long way from Connacht up to here. And he wouldn't want it too soft, and he won't get it too soft. But if you look at, he won in Thurles of 87, a handicap hurl. Decent enough maiden hurl run in Naas behind Hunter's Earn. I know he's beaten 40 lengths, but he bet a lot. Look at that 8-25. A lot of them with the handbrake off. He came in, and this race last year was won by Money Heist. This was the race, and he was 12s into 8s. He was off 90, and he's only £2 higher this year. Same jockey Mikey O'Connor taking off 3. And if you look, when he came back to Naas again over handicap hurl, he was 3rd of 24 in April of this year. But when he ran in this race last year, he kept wide of everybody the whole way, and we'll just see them coming up the straight. where are we here? We're going to Naas, Lily White country.
Their heads for home from Money Heist, and then comes
him
Kate's
here all
Hill
on
over
his
the
own.
far side, Mahlers Cove. Runners this side are tracked by Panata
All over here.
with Prince
He
of
stayed
Air
there
and
the whole way
Virginian
around.
next. Knocknagappa makes ground in the middle of them, and then our Bobby at the second last. And it is Killishy with multiple challenges coming up. Kate's Hill, Mahlers Cove, Panata Milan, Money Heist, Prince of Air, the Virginian, and then Knocknagappa, our Bobby and School Lane. Into the final fence they come. It's joint top weight Kate's Hill over in front from Money Heist, and on the stand side Panata Milan. Mahlers Cove is keeping on over on the far side, and then Prince of Air. 150 yards to go. Kate's Hill and down the miler from Mahlers Cove. Money Heist is finishing off strongly underneath the stands rail. Kate's Hill is collared by Money Heist. Money Heist has run down Kate's Hill. Mahlers Cove third.
He ran a good race there, and he jumped well all the way. He lost a bit of ground on the far side of the track going down the back. But it's an open enough affair, and it's interesting to give him the one spin again this year. He had two last year. It's 4-1 the field. $16-1. And then we come to the 2:30. It's a maiden hurdle. That's Quilomita. That ran the day I was in Naas, Triton Day. It was beaten by a horse that actually ran today. Cast a Spell. They went off 130 on that day. On the strength of having this run in the listed bumper, obviously last year to a good horse only by night. But if you look at Cast a Spell, that won at 12-1 that day. He was beaten today, or she was beaten with it. Yes, she's a she. She was beaten today off 1-1-3 in a handicap hurdle in Navan. So you can't, like if it was beaten by that, it was what happened that day. So this is a suggestion. Back this horse tomorrow, and also back it at 16-1 for the novices hurdle. Because if this is impressive tomorrow, and even if it beats that horse, it won't have to be really impressive. Because I don't rate that for him after the last day. But this has won a bumper first time out in England or in France. It ran in a Group 3 then, and Keeney bet it. But then in its following run, it beat the Laird out of Keeney when it was beaten by a horse that has won. We'll see this. We'll have a peep at this race, right? It's a grey horse. This was in a Grade 2, 3-year-old only, last September. So that's 14 months ago.
500 metres to go. So Karoline Banbou coming down stand side has made all the running so
It's out
far.
in front.
Camaro Dares the favourite, coming under a little bit of pressure, the
Is
grey,
the-
but it's starting to stay on. Behind those is Carrots, followed through by Kiki Mariviere. Then came Corona Phil. They've left the others behind. These two battling away up front, and Camaro Dares now comes to tackle the long-time leader Karoline Banbou. They're clear now from Carrots as they come up towards the line in this Group 2 AQPS non-thorough.
Right, that was a Group 2, and if you look at the next time it ran up against the same horse again, but it was in a Group 1. That's a year and what, couple of weeks?
Split there, up on the outer. Christmas still improving. It's the
This is
favourite
here.
Kamara Douay, the grey in the centre. Charisma on the near side. Caroline Banbou on the inner. It's between these three, and Camaro Douay is still finding enough. Caroline Banbou's tried hard, but the efforts are in vain because Camaro Douay goes on to.
Well, if you look at Camara Douay's, That was when it beat Karoline Banbou twice there. It has ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times since, and it has won 4 out of the 6. So it's no disgrace to be behind or beaten behind that. So Willie has taken his time with it. JP bought it. So if that it's 16-1 with the red bookies in UK, the green bookies, it's 14s with Hills, and it is, I think it's 14s as well with 365. So I'm just thinking it's going to, if that wins tomorrow, and if let's say won by 6 lengths tomorrow, it'll be halved in price. But it won't be just as impressive a form, because if this isn't as good a horse this year as it was last year, now I might get it totally wrong altogether, but we shall see. This is what it's all about. I won't be putting up too many of them. I just think that, oh yeah, this is a race. This is a race that that's the 2:30. Maureen is the favourite for the Mayor's novice hurls, 9-2 favourite, trained by Willie. But Willie has won this 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 out of the last 5 years. He won with Relegate, who was a champion bumper winner. Yukon Lille, both of them were 4-7, 4-5, 4-7. It also won with a 4-5 shot, Brandy Love. Only by Night won this last year as well. That's the right horse. So the horse that wins this is normally above average horse. So the reason, like, where's Maureen tomorrow? When it's not ready to rock, when is it ready to rock? So the fact that this is ready tomorrow and is pitched into this particular race suggests to me that it's Willie likes it. So am I either right or wrong, one way or the other? But you can get my drift. Bash the bookies, over and out.